Hello everyone, I'm Max, and today I'm here to maximize your fear. Brand new Bigfoot footage that's shocking the world. Today we take a look at new Bigfoot footage and sightings coming from Tennessee, the Amazon rainforest, and many other places, with very convincing evidence. From HD Sasquatch trail camera videos to Bigfoot hunting clips and so much more. Also stay tuned for a special and crazy nature clip at the end of this video. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. So grab your I Found Bigfoot coffee mugs and allow your fear to be maximized as we recap the best new Bigfoot clips. Kicking the video off with a crazy Bigfoot sighting. A group of people were on a scenic helicopter flight, flying over a very remote and secluded area. The exact location was unlisted, but they emphasized that the location was extremely remote and pretty much unmarked. They fly low over the wooded area, really taking in the beauty of the landscape, when suddenly their peaceful time was interrupted by a huge unknown creature. At first, they briefly caught sight of this creature, then they flew towards it to get a closer look. That's when one of the passengers took this video. A tall, primate-like being is running away. Its arms swing excessively as it runs, a common characteristic in Bigfoot sightings. We also can see its arms stretch out very long, down past its knees it seems. Whatever this was, it certainly looks like a Sasquatch, with its dark fur, body proportions, size, and long strides. And the spectators only got to witness this for a few seconds. They caught this quick clip and then it vanished into the thick trees, never to be seen again by them. Also, one of the most popular theories about these beings is that they hide out in remote, untapped environments, which makes this video seem more real. The core belief is that Bigfoot populations survive by living deep within areas of wilderness that humans rarely, if ever, access, like vast stretches of forests, mountain ranges, swamps, and valleys that remain largely unexplored. So did these innocent nature enthusiasts accidentally come across a Bigfoot this day? A Sasquatch-like creature hidden within this remote section of woods? Many are choosing to believe, but do you? Here is some amazing found footage of a Bigfoot or Yeti. It was originally taken on January 7th, 2003, according to the timestamp seen on the video, far before video effects like CGI and AI were ever introduced. Though it was taken long ago, it just surfaced the other day on October 13th, 2025. The caption reads, "Massive Yeti caught on camera near a remote mountain town." Here's the video. Once again, it says it was taken in a remote mountain town, but the location itself wasn't mentioned. Likely for the family's safety and the creature's safety. But anyways, a man was out working on his vast property this day, when out of nowhere he spotted this creature. He said it was almost blending in with the snow and he barely noticed it at first. But when he did, he got closer and closer and took a quick video on his old video camera to document what he was seeing, and to prove to the world that it was true. However, skeptics back then and nowadays are still unsatisfied, claiming it's just a hoax and the creature isn't a creature at all, rather just someone in a realistic costume. But believers point out its musculature, the way the fur hugs its frame. We seem to be able to see real working muscles through its fur, something that would be very hard to mimic in a prop or costume, especially for the time being. The Yeti, often called the Abominable Snowman, is one of the most famous cryptids in the world. a mysterious ape-like creature said to inhabit the snowy, high-altitude regions of the Himalayan mountains. The story of the Yeti comes primarily from the Tibetan and Nepalese traditions. In the Himalayan cultures, the Yeti isn't just a monster. It's often considered a spiritual being or guardian of the mountains. In Sherpa folklore, the Yeti is known as Mato Kangmi, meaning roughly man-bear of the snow. Many local people believe the creature watches over sacred lands, sometimes punishing those who disrespect nature or trespass onto forbidden lands. These tales go back centuries, long before Western explorers even set foot on the Himalayas. So maybe this man really did have a run-in with the Yeti on his property? Definitely some interesting footage. This brand new Bigfoot video comes from Big Hill Pond State Park in Pocahontas, Tennessee. Unlike most of the Bigfoot videos we see nowadays, this one was taken accidentally. A man who works at the park was filming himself in an area where these kinds of Bigfoot sightings are prevalent. And he's even talking about Bigfoot in the video. He's just sitting there talking to the camera one-on-one, recalling the recent sightings and such, when something eerie is seen in the background.
What this is about. The threat is real in McNairy County. There have so far been 6 reportings. Nobody is paying attention to the signs. People are getting very close, reporting the smell of burnt tires and dog breath. Brother, that's Bigfoot, and he's coming. And so far, we've looked around.
Just behind him in the tree line, we see a brown-haired, upright figure moving quickly by. It just walks by and we get a decent look at it. Could this just be a coincidence that as he's filming a video about Bigfoot, it just so happens that it shows up behind him? Or is this some kind of clever hoax for publicity? Or could this creature somehow sense it was being talked about, so it wanted to prove it was real and expose itself? Lots of questions are being asked with this one. And what's crazy is, the state of Tennessee doesn't only experience many Bigfoot-like sightings nowadays, but they have for centuries. The roots of Tennessee's Bigfoot lore reach back to the pioneer era. Early settlers and hunters moving through the dense Appalachian forests and Cumberland Plateau often spoke of large hair-covered wild men who lived deep in the wilderness. Some of the eeriest written mentions came from the 18th and 19th centuries, when travelers in East Tennessee described hearing strange screams and wood knocks echoing through the hills at night. So, is this man telling the truth, and are there really Bigfoots running around in this state park? He's adamant that the encounter is all too real, but what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. On October 13th, 2025, some brand new Bigfoot footage was released. The caption reads, "Tourists capture giant Bigfoot walking through the Amazon jungle." The video itself is very brief, but also very clear. Take a look.
Oh my God, do you see that? Wait, hold on.
I'm zooming.
Listen.
Huge.
Keep the camera on it. Oh, it's moving. It's going deeper.
I got it.
On this sightseeing jungle tour, they eventually came across a dark, ape-like creature. But the way it walks, its upright posture, and overall look tells us it's not an ape or any kind of primate we know of. This is something entirely different, something not yet discovered by science. The tourists are shocked as they drive past this, not knowing if it's some kind of animal hybrid or a true cryptid creature. I'm also bringing this to your attention because Bigfoot-like reports in the Amazon jungle are some of the most mysterious and least known in the world. While the Pacific Northwest, Himalayas, and Siberia tend to dominate Bigfoot discussions, South America, especially the Amazon basin, has its own long, eerie history of large, hair-covered humanoid encounters, deeply rooted in both native traditions and modern reports. Like a lot of other Bigfoot lore, long before explorers reached South America, many indigenous Amazonian tribes spoke of large ape-like beings in the forest. Names vary by region and tribe, but a few stand out, particularly the Mapingahari. The Mapingahari is the most famous Amazonian Bigfoot-type creature. Described as a towering, foul-smelling man-beast covered in long red or brown hair. Some legends say it has a single eye and a gaping mouth on its stomach. Others describe it more like a massive prehistoric ground sloth or a wild man of the forest. In modern times, the 20th and 21st century, explorers, biologists, and jungle guides have occasionally reported hearing unearthly howls or finding massive footprints in remote Amazon areas of Brazil, Peru, and Bolivia. And now we have this brand new video to add to the collection. Also, the Amazon is huge, remote, and rugged, with lots of jungle and unmarked land, making it a perfect spot for these creatures to hide out. In the quiet French town of Borgana, deep in the green hills of the Clearest region, an odd local legend was born in the 1990s. Word spread that a mysterious, hair-covered humanoid body was discovered, and it was placed on display at a rural fair. The creature was supposedly preserved in ice, and it was eerily lifelike, and it was also listed as towering over 6 feet tall. People began calling it Le Yeti de Borgana, the Yeti of Borgana. It was said to resemble a prehistoric man or some kind of frozen ape man, its features twisted as if caught mid-roar before death. The photographs that circulated online and in small magazines show what appears to be a large, hairy figure lying on its back, with its body half encased in frost or ice, similar to a taxidermy exhibit. The face looks human-like but distorted, broad nose, heavy brow ridge, open mouth with visible teeth, and its skin has a leathery grayish tone, the color of aged hide or frozen meat. Long reddish-brown hair covers the limbs and torso unevenly, looking coarse and matted, almost like animal fur glued onto the surface. The hands and feet are large and thick, with human-like fingers curled stiffly, and a faint trace of ice crystals on the surface, giving it a hauntingly realistic look under cold light. The Yeti de Borgana gained attention because it closely mirrored an earlier infamous case. The Minnesota Iceman from the United States, another supposed frozen Bigfoot shown at slideshows in the 1960s. Though the photos were originally released in the 1990s, they've been making the rounds again, so I figured I'd share it with you all and get your opinions and just see what you thought. Because now it's sparking even more debate. Is this the real body of some kind of Sasquatch-like creature? Or is it a very good sculpture? It still remains a mystery to this day, baffling anybody who learns about it, and we may never learn the full truth. So many of you guys know about artificial intelligence. AI is practically taking over the world nowadays, from funny viral videos, to AI voiceovers, to research, and so much more. Some are saying that AI is going too far and getting too realistic. But there are a lot of good things that have been coming from these technological advances, like the ability to bring photos to life. Well, the other day I was scrolling through social media on my phone and an interesting video popped up. It was a compilation someone had made of some of the most viral Bigfoot pictures ever. They took the photos and ran them through an AI software and turned the photos into videos. Live, realistic representations of what the photographer likely would have seen in the moment. Now obviously, these videos are not real themselves. They just simply took the infamous photos and essentially brought them to life. I thought this was such an interesting idea. finally giving us a glimpse at what these photos that most of you have probably seen before would look like if they had been videos instead. I feel like this is definitely one of the more interesting and unique segments I've done here on my channel. Let me know what you guys think about this one, and what do you think of AI as a whole? Is AI going too far, and is it eventually going to turn out bad for us humans? Are we going too far with technology, and is it going to come back to haunt us? The following is a very mysterious Bigfoot photo. All we know is a man was driving down a remote forested road, a dirt path surrounded by thick trees for miles. As he drove along the path, he came across a Bigfoot-like creature just standing there in the middle of the path, not moving. This is the photo that was snapped of the alleged incident. It is kind of blurry, but we can still make out a humanoid figure standing there motionless. It's an upright, tall, dark figure, appearing to be covered in hair. It has a strange bend in its knees, a look we don't really recognize. A characteristic that may set it apart from a human in a costume. Now, like I said, the image is pretty blurry, so we can't tell for sure what it is. And also, with the little background information provided, it's hard to confirm everything. The photo itself is pretty good though, and it's currently being talked about on social media, so I figured I'd show you guys despite the controversy. So what do you think? This brand new crazy video was just taken on October 24th, 2025. A man named Isaac Spots, a wildlife photographer, is the one who took this video, and this is what he has to say about it.
Have you ever heard the sound of an elk bugle? It's one of the most haunting sounds that nature has to offer. I just filmed one from about 30 yards away, bugling directly at me and my camera. It was a pretty intense moment that I wanted to share with you guys.
An elk's bugle is one of the most haunting and powerful sounds in the wild, a chilling mix of beauty, aggression, and raw wilderness energy. In simple terms, it's a high-pitched whistling scream that slides down into deep grunts or barks. But there's so much more going on than just noise. It's communication, dominance, and emotion rolled into one sound. Here's his video. It's just such an otherworldly sound. One of the strangest sounds coming from nature. The opening part, that haunting upward wail, can carry for miles through mountains and valleys. It's so distinct that many say it sounds like a blend between a wolf's howl, a whistle, and a shriek. They mostly make these sounds during the rut, the fall mating season. Each bull has its own vocal signature. Older, larger elk tend to have lower, deeper bugles, while younger ones sound more high-pitched and frantic. Witnesses say that when you're close to it, an elk bugle doesn't just hit your ears, you feel it. The sound vibrates through the air, echoing off the ridges and pine trunks. It can make the hair on the back of your neck stand up. So if you ever hear something like this in the wild, it is likely just an elk. But elks are huge, powerful predators too, which can be just as scary as unknown creatures. So if you ever hear this eerie sound in the wild, run away as quick as you can. Alright, I think that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did enjoy, go ahead and smash the like buttons, mom. Let's aim for 5,000 likes for another one of these trail camera videos. And if you want to get to know me more, you want to see more of my spooky content, you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram, Maxwell Fear, or you can go ahead and follow me on TikTok, Maximum Fear YT. And be sure to subscribe to the channel, because only 20% of you guys who watch my videos are subscribed. And be sure to hit that bell as well so you don't miss when I upload. And also feel free to check out my special Maximum Fear merchandise and coffee mugs. They're in the description down below. And shout out to my second channel, More Maximum Fear, where I post other scary content that you guys would definitely love. Alright, I hope your fear was maximized. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.